The lead story today is from India. India has witnessed the worst terror attack on civilians in years in Pahalgam of Kashmir. 26 innocent tourists were killed by 5 terrorists. Pakistan's Deputy Prime Minister said that they could have been freedom fighters and denied claims of harboring terror outfits. India has given its diplomatic response. A military response is awaited. Pakistan also retaliated to India's retaliation. It came out with similar list of restrictions on India. As of now, all bilateral agreements have been halted. The similar agreement is suspended for now too, that India and Pakistan signed in 1971 after Pakistan lost in a war with India. It converted the 1971 ceasefire line to the LOC, establishing a de facto border in Jammu and Kashmir. And reports say that there were incidents of small arms firing at some places on the LOC initiated by Pakistan, and the firing was effectively responded to and there were no casualties on April 24th. But the two biggest economic blows were the suspension of Indus Water Treaty and the exchange of trade. Under the treaty, India was granted exclusive control over eastern rivers, Ravi, Beas and Satluj, while Pakistan was given rights over western rivers of Indus, Jhelum and Chenab. Now, the rivers have their origins in Indian territory of Jammu and Kashmir. India concluded that Pakistan's continued support for terrorism violates the very spirit of this treaty, but instead of a formal withdrawal, India is opting to freeze all treaty-related cooperation, including technical meetings, data sharing, and water flow notifications, which means that it could stop or reduce the flow of water into the cash-strapped Pakistan through these rivers, which contribute to 80% of its irrigated land used for agriculture, which is a sector that contributes 25% of the country's GDP. Well, these efforts could significantly reduce the flow of surplus water into Pakistan that is estimated at up to 9.3 billion cubic meters annually. So the water flow disruption will impact Pakistan's agricultural sector. Roughly 80% of its irrigated land depends on Indus system. So it will reduce yields of key crops. There will be a stress on groundwater as farmers will turn to that now. Hydropower output, which supplies 30% of electricity, may decline. So economically, there is pressure because reduced yields will impact rural employment and increase urban migration. Major exports of agricultural goods like basmati rice and textiles will shrink, hitting Pakistan's foreign reserves. There will be water disputes among provinces and a crop shift too. Trade is stopped too, which will impact Pakistan more. Reports say that India exported goods worth $447.7 million to Pakistan in FY25, and India only imported $0.42 million worth of goods from Pakistan. In FY24, exports to Pakistan were at $1.18 billion and imports were at $2.88 million. Exports included critical goods like pharma products, sugar, vegetable, coffee, tea, spices, and more. So, well, it looks bad for Pakistan's struggling economy, as it will now have to pay more for Indian goods because it will now have to import them from third-party channels. And the stock markets declined too after India's response. Pakistan's KSE 100 index shed 2,111 points or 1.8% on April 24 due to tensions, and on April 25, Pakistan Stock Exchange website is currently non-operational amid Indo-Pakistan tensions. So social media has reacted to this. One user said, "Good way to stop stock selling," and others wondered if Pakistan even had a stock exchange. Meanwhile, IMD has cut down the GDP forecast for Pakistan for FY25 to 2.6%. Well, loans, debt, and now more inflation. Can Pakistan even afford an attack on India?
If you like this video, then like, share, and subscribe to ET Now.